Hey guys, Brian Stevens here with Mortgage Shots. Listen, I think I ran across something that is very insightful and could change the trajectory of the mortgage and real estate industry. Now, I need you to follow me and watch the entire video to understand why I'm coming to the conclusions I'm drawing. So to put this in context, I need to give you perspective. HUD does an annual report to Congress about what they're kind of up to. Here's what they said. For the last calendar year, 2023, FHA facilitated access to mortgage credit for more than 765,000 home buyers and homeowners, including more than 33,000 senior citizens who obtained a home equity conversion mortgage or a HECM loan. That's a lot of business for a down year. HUD goes on to say that FHA maintains a strong, well-capitalized insurance fund. As of September 30th, 2023, the MMI, or the Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund, maintained an overall capital ratio of 10.51%. Now, this represents a slight decrease of only 0.6% from the previous year. The total capital of the MMI fund actually increased by $3.6 billion, reaching over an astounding $145 billion by the end of the fiscal year. Now, you have to understand that Congress only requires FHA to hold 2% in capital reserves for what amount of money FHA insures through the MI that you pay. Only 2%. They have 10.51%, over 5 times the amount that's required by Congress. So what this screams, and has screamed for years, is that you guys are paying way too much in mortgage insurance. They should have lowered this a long time ago. So stick with me on this one, okay? HUD, who has oversight of FHA and the $145 billion account, is doing the exact opposite. Check this out. HUD has just proposed a new rule for the sale of seriously delinquent FHA loans. What? The proposal would establish permanent programs selling delinquent loans to bolster their Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund, their MMI fund. Now, the sale of delinquent mortgages, both forward loans and HECMs, is actually technically already in effect, albeit in a purely test capacity. I mean, these sales have been allowed since 2002, and it was greenlit in the first place to maximize recoveries and fortify HUD's Mutual Mortgage Insurance Fund. What they're saying, guys, is they want to continue to bolster their MMI account through the sale of delinquent or foreclosed loans rather than pay out of their fat MMI account. It's already grossly overfunded. Now, I had a lot of conversations with Dave Stevens, who was the president of FHA, about how huge this account was when it was like at 4%. Now it's at 10.5. So why would they do this? To bolster it even more? Well, it's very simple. I believe HUD is quietly projecting massive foreclosures and an all-out assault on their MMI fund. One that could put their 10.51%, $145 billion fund in serious peril. Why do I say that? Well, you see, back in 2008, when we had our last cataclysmic housing meltdown, HUD's MMI account was almost bellied up and HUD almost needed a government bailout. Now, HUD's looking over at how well these government bailouts work for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac when both of their MMI equivalent accounts, their GP accounts, actually went negative. They had to get a bailout. And as a consequence of that, they've been in the longest conservatorship in the history of the world, beating out Britney Spears, who comes in second. No joke. And what also is not a joke is that no director of any agency, especially HUD, wants a bailout on their resume. So they're taking a defensive posture right now and getting ready to ride out a storm of foreclosures. There's really no other reason that they would go down this road right now. They shouldn't be lowering the MI on every FHA deal. It makes no sense. Unless, of course, I'm right. You see, HUD is under pressure to lower their MI on all FHA loans, and they're not doing it. Right now, we know they're doing the exact opposite. They're flying in the face of logic. What they're looking at, my friends, is a tidal wave of foreclosures. That's the only rational reason for the direction they're going right now. Is this bad? Well, you bet it's bad. But it's not bad for loan officers and the real estate component of our industry. I mean, wouldn't having inventory up the wazoo mean that we've got more affordability in a big way and more transactions for all of us? It would really be a reemergence and a revitalization of the mortgage and real estate industry. I'd go so far as to say they'd probably need to roll back that realtor comp rule change that stands to destroy real estate as we know it today. Rates would come down so those who don't get foreclosed on would want to refinance. If my projections are accurate, we are in for a drastically different market, one that will be problematic for loan officers and realtors for all the right reasons. I hope this helps.